What do when your championship-winning formula suddenly explodes in your face, leaving you scrambling to find a backup plan that might not even exist? The Boston Celtics are living this nightmare right now, and their potential solution comes in the form of a 22-year-old French center who didn't even break out until his junior year at Stanford, yet somehow represents their best chance at avoiding complete roster catastrophe. The Great Celtic Demolition of 2025. Let's set the stage for what can only be described as one of the most shocking championship team dismantlings in recent NBA history. The Boston Celtics, fresh off their 2024 championship triumph, have systematically torn apart the very foundation that brought them their first title in over a decade. Kristaps Porzingis, the versatile big man who provided crucial spacing and rim protection, has been shipped to Atlanta. Drew Holiday, the defensive stalwart who could guard multiple positions, is now wearing Portland colors. But here's where the story gets truly devastating. Jason Tatum, the franchise cornerstone and six-time All-Star, suffered an Achilles injury in the playoffs that will sideline him for most of the 2025 to 2026 season. In the span of a few months, Boston went from championship celebration to roster decimation, leaving fans wondering if they just witnessed the quickest title defense collapse in NBA history. Now, with the 32nd pick in the 2025 NBA draft, the Celtics are banking on a relative unknown to help salvage their season. Enter Maxime Raynaud, a 7-foot Stanford center who represents either a stroke of genius or the most desperate Hail Mary attempt in recent draft memory. The Raynaud enigma, late bloomer or hidden gem. Maxime Raynaud's basketball journey reads like a script Hollywood would reject for being too unrealistic. At 22, he's ancient by NBA draft standards, the kind of player who usually gets overlooked in favor of younger prospects with higher ceilings. He didn't even break out until his junior year at Stanford, spending his first 2 collegiate seasons as a relative afterthought in the Cardinal rotation. But sometimes the best diamonds are found in the most unexpected places. Raynaud's combination of size, skill, and basketball IQ has caught the attention of draft analysts who see him as exactly what the Celtics need right now. ESPN's Jonathan Giovanni perfectly captured the fit. Maxime Raynaud to the Celtics at number 32 makes sense as an older, 7-foot prospect who can space the floor and potentially be ready to soak up minutes. This is the key phrase that should have Celtics fans either excited or terrified. Ready to soak up minutes. Most 32nd picks spend their rookie seasons learning the NBA game from the bench, gradually earning playing time through development and opportunity. Raynaud might not have that luxury. Boston's roster construction suggests they need him to contribute immediately, turning a typical development pick into a sink-or-swim situation. The perfect storm of positional desperation, the Celtic center situation, has gone from adequate to apocalyptic in record time. Trading Porzingis was shocking enough, but the ripple effects are even more devastating. Luke Kornet, the reliable backup who provided solid minutes throughout their championship run, is entering free agency and likely headed elsewhere. Al Horford, the 39-year-old veteran who's been the heart of Boston's frontcourt for years, is also testing the open market. If both Kornet and Horford sign elsewhere, which seems increasingly likely given Boston's salary cap constraints, the Celtics would be left with Xavier Tillman Sr. and Neemias Queta as their only remaining centers. Tillman is a solid role player, but asking him to anchor a championship-caliber frontcourt is like asking a backup quarterback to win the Super Bowl. Queta, meanwhile, remains more potential than production. This is where Raynaud's profile becomes fascinating. His age and college experience suggest he could provide the kind of immediate stability that most draft picks can't offer. While younger prospects might have higher upside, Raynaud brings the maturity and basketball understanding that could make him NBA ready from day one. The French connection, spacing and stability. What makes Raynaud particularly intriguing for Boston is his ability to space the floor, a crucial skill in today's NBA, and especially important for a Celtics team that will rely heavily on perimeter shooting. His Stanford tape shows a player comfortable stepping out to the three-point line, creating the kind of spacing that allows guards like Jaylen Brown and Derek White to operate effectively. But Raynaud isn't just a shooting big man. His 7-foot frame provides the rim protection that Boston desperately needs, especially with Porzingis no longer available to deter opponents from attacking the basket. His European basketball background, he's a French native who brings international experience, could also help him adapt to the NBA's pace and physicality more quickly than typical college prospects. The beauty of Raynaud's potential fit lies in his versatility. He can play alongside Tillman in two big lineups, providing Boston with multiple frontcourt options. He can also serve as a small ball center when the Celtics want to maximize their spacing and pace. This flexibility could be crucial for a team that will need to experiment with different lineups throughout the season. The salary cap chess game, Giovanni's analysis highlights another crucial factor in Boston's Raynaud interest: financial flexibility. The Celtics are navigating a financial tightrope, making every dollar count as they try to maintain championship competitiveness while managing luxury tax implications. Raynaud's rookie contract would provide immediate salary relief while potentially delivering meaningful production. This financial consideration adds another layer of pressure to the pick. Boston can't afford to waste roster spots on players who won't contribute. Every selection must hit, and every contract must provide value. Raynaud represents the kind of low-risk, high-reward opportunity that cash-strapped contenders need to exploit. The immediate impact imperative, perhaps the most daunting aspect of Boston's situation, is the expectation for immediate production. Most 30-second picks get the luxury of development time, gradually earning minutes as they adjust to the NBA game. Raynaud might be thrown into the fire from day one, expected to contribute meaningful minutes on a team with championship aspirations. This creates a fascinating dynamic. Raynaud's age and experience suggest he might be better equipped to handle immediate responsibility than younger prospects. His Stanford career showed steady improvement, culminating in a breakout junior season that showcased his NBA-ready skills. But there's a massive difference between college production and NBA contribution, especially for a player who wasn't even dominant at the collegiate level. The championship gamble, the Celtics' Raynaud interest, represents more than just draft strategy. It's a referendum on their championship timeline and roster construction philosophy. Are they building for sustained excellence, or are they trying to maximize their current window before it closes? Selecting Raynaud suggests they believe immediate help is more valuable than long-term potential. This approach carries significant risks. If Raynaud can't contribute immediately, Boston's frontcourt depth becomes even more problematic. If he struggles with the NBA's pace and physicality, the Celtics might find themselves scrambling for solutions midseason. But if he hits, if he provides the spacing, rim protection, and veteran stability that Boston needs, he could become one of the steal stories of the 2025 draft. The verdict: desperation or inspiration? The Maxime Raynaud connection illustrates everything fascinating and terrifying about the Celtics' current situation. They've gone from championship celebration to roster crisis in record time, forcing them to find creative solutions to problems they never expected to face. Raynaud represents the kind of pick that could define Boston's immediate future. His success or failure might determine whether the Celtics remain championship contenders or become cautionary tales about how quickly NBA fortunes can change. For a franchise that just tasted championship glory, the stakes couldn't be higher. The beauty of draft night lies in its unpredictability. Players selected in the second round sometimes become stars, while lottery picks occasionally become footnotes. Raynaud's journey from Stanford to potential Celtic represents the hope that every franchise carries into draft night, that the right player at the right time can change everything. Whether Raynaud becomes Boston's savior or another draft day, disappointment remains to be seen. But his story perfectly captures the desperation and opportunity that define the NBA draft's most compelling narratives. What's your take on this potential draft day gamble? Is Raynaud the kind of under-the-radar prospect who could solve Boston's frontcourt crisis, or are the Celtics setting themselves up for disappointment by expecting too much from a 30-second pick? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and give this video a like if you're as intrigued as I am by these draft day storylines that could completely reshape a franchise's trajectory.